Hi everyone, Frankenfoot coming at you for the second of third videos for December 3rd, even though I'm uploading them December 4th because I'm just crazy like that. Got another base here, and in an attempt to change it up and do different things, I decided I was going to do an attack I saw a while ago that involves 6 healers and bowlers and a queen, and you're kind of doing a queen walk on one half of the base and bowlers on the other half of the base. I've tried this once or twice before, and I haven't quite got it to work yet, and I just don't have a whole lot of experience with it, so I'm not sure all the things that can go wrong. What happened in this case is that in great irony, the bowlers which I elected to walk down this side, their bounce on the rocks hit this army camp, and then instead of continuing to walk down this side, they decided to stop and turn and go into the base, which was the worst thing they could have done because there's obviously traps here. So that's pretty much what killed it on this. The other thing is I think that I could have used Valks instead of Pekkas and got a different result here. But this is kind of an experimentation raid, if nothing else. We had won this war pretty handedly, I think, at this point. So I was feeling a bit free to not really goof around, but try some different things, because we had, like several Town Hall 10 attacks left and no Town Hall 10s to 3-star, so I knew somebody was coming behind me and take this. If I messed up, which it turns out that I did. So what on earth was my plan? Well, I was going to send a queen out on this side with wizards to sort of take away some of these buildings and let her walk down on this side. And then my archer queen with 3 healers behind her would eventually walk in the range of this archer queen here, and they'd do battle, and mine would win because she's higher level and she's got healers behind her, and I've got a rage spell that I'm going to drop on her too to keep her alive. And then I'm going to try to send a hog in here to get the lure, because if you're doing a queen walk, you might as well let her take care of the clan castle troops, because that's the most effective way to do that. Of all the ways I've taken the clan castle troops, if you're not sure what's in there, a queen walk, queen with healers can get it done as long as you got her ability. That's for sure. But if I didn't get all of it, I wasn't too terribly worried because they had wizards and other things in all of their clan castles. So, whatever comes out, I've got Pekkas in here. They should be able to wipe them out pretty handedly. So that's that side of the base. Things should go pretty well. The reason I chose that is because in this setup, the queen can reach everything in here, except that he's got a Tesla all the way back here, and that's just 1 square out of range of what she can reach. That's kind of clever of this guy. So that hurt me pretty bad. The other thing that happened is my bowlers went in here, but the plan with the bowlers was to send them on this side, again with a wizard to sort of take away some of these buildings. So the bowlers would walk down in this direction, and they can't reach as far as the archer queen, but they've got that bounce. And in that bounce, they're going to say, hit this air defense or hit this guy, and it's going to come take out this gold storage. You're going to hit this guy, and it's going to come and take out this, and they've got the bounce, and so the bounce is going to take out these buildings, and they do pretty good at that. I've done other attacks like this. I've actually done attacks on bases like this to where what I do is I've actually sent like golems in all around the base to tank, and sent bowlers with the queen and let them walk around the base, and that works very well, except that eventually they just they run out of time. It just takes too long, which is why I'm trying to split it up here. Now, so you'll have the queen take out this half, the bowlers will take out this half, and what I'm used to seeing people do in this type of attack is send a bunch of Valks in, and Valks would come rip through this, just tear through this whole thing, and then everything sort of meets at the other end and takes out the little last bit of the base. But in my foolishness, I said, well, let's give Pekkas a shot, because Pekkas are kind of a big deal right now at Town Hall 9, as best as I can tell. And if you look at this, there's a chance for giant bombs here. He's definitely got something in here that he's wanting me to hit. Spring traps, something else, I don't know what. And you've got the bomb tower in here and all these other things here. So I just thought this is a bit of a lot of damage. And since I'm not worried about the clan castle troops, and I'm going to have 2 halves of the base wiped out, why don't I just send some frickin' Pekkas in here, right? Funnel, send them in, drop a rage here, and then if the queen's still alive, they'll knock her out in one mighty blow. And they can actually help tanking for these things down here once they move through the base. So that was the plan, and I think that fell apart because the Pekkas are just too darn slow. Valks would have ripped this to shred in about 30 seconds. I might have lost half of them, but this would all be gone, and then they'd start working on these down here. So, yeah, there were two things that went wrong. So, that being said, let's watch this, and let's watch each of the three sides of this attack and see how it worked, and let's see what we can learn. So, the first thing that happens is the queen's going to pop up over here. There she is. 3 healers behind her. She's going, she's shooting stuff, things are looking okay. Wizard's in there. Oh, didn't drop him quite right. He's not going to quite get the tanking, or not the tanking, the funneling that I wanted. But I think I'm okay. I can't remember what I did about that. But I did something. We'll see, because the queen went the direction I wanted her to go. Go ahead and drop that rage, because the last thing you want to do in this instance is lose your queen. There comes the hog trying to get the lure. I only get part of the troops, but, you know, dragon or anything nasty didn't come out that I have to worry about on the P.E.K.K.A.s. A hound didn't come out, so the P.E.K.K.A.s can probably take care of the rest. They haven't been using baby dragons, and I've got poison in the bank in case I need to. So let's speed up a little bit because we've got 3 of them. Queen does her thing. She's taking heat off the Expo, but no other point defenses are really hitting her, so the healers can keep her up. As soon as that Tesla starts beating up one of those, she's in trouble. So I'm doing other stuff. I'm just kind of watching her. I pop her ability just to keep her going. Drop a rage, another one just to keep her alive. And she does quite well for herself. That Tesla proved to be really problematic, though. 3rd rage on the queen. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Oh, look at that. You see those boulders fly away? That was sad. And eventually she makes it all the way around the end, and had the bowlers made it all the way around to this end, or the P.E.K.K.A.s had made it through here, this probably would have worked out in my favor. But just didn't have enough in me. The P.E.K.K.A.s eventually die out. Okay, so that's what happened to the queen. Now let's go watch the bowlers. We'll watch them fast forward. Blah, 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 nothing here. Where are the bowlers? Where are the bowlers? Where are the bowlers? Where are the blue guys? Where are they? Where are the bowlers? We're waiting on the bowlers. Bowlers! That's my bowler song I just made up. Bowlers! Bowler! Okay, we got a wizard coming down. He's shooting some stuff. Here come the bowlers. As soon as that building was gone, I wanted them to funnel. Bowlers come down. They're throwing rocks. They're breaking stuff. Oh, I lose one. That's so sad. Rest of them are doing okay. I still got 3 up. Now, that's what killed me. This thing went down, and once that thing went down, they got nowhere to go but this way. So they turn around and start beating on a wall, and this is the worst spot they could have done that, because the one thing I was worried about here is this guy's got his expos down, which everybody seems to be doing at Town Hall 9 lately, because nobody's using many air attacks. I never get hit with air attacks. I don't see many air attacks being used. Interestingly enough, ever since Supercell started really getting serious about killing people modding, those seem to have gone by the wayside. So I don't know if people were just practicing a lot and getting those done or what. But anyway, a lot of down Teslas, which angers me greatly because I like ground attacks, no good with air. Eventually the bowlers bust in here. We'll slow it down so you can watch their demise. They're getting pummeled, but the healers are keeping them up. That rock is just out of reach of that dang Tesla. So there you go. That's how far the bowlers can reach. Just as much as the Archer Queen. And they hit a spring trap, and that's it. Into the bowlers. We'll fast forward to the end of the raid. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Alright. Now we will watch what happens with the P.E.K.K.A.'s kills. And I got 4 of these guys, because I thought, good grief, that's so much health. You know, they'll be invincible. And heck, they just about were. They took a heck of a beating. But they were just too slow. I should have sent maybe at least 1 or 2 Valks in with them. I don't know. The Valks would have run ahead of them. But there come the bowlers. You'll notice I dropped kings over here with wizards to make sure that nothing was here. Funneled. King goes first because he's got his ability. He can pop up some health. And there's the king's ability. Now I'm going to drop a rage here to help get them through this wall. And that's all that I care about. And so look how well the P.E.K.K.A. stood up to that trap, though. Now wizards come out, but I got a poison for them. They do a fair amount of damage on those P.E.K.K.A.s, but eventually, ooh, they do a lot of damage on those P.E.K.K.A.s. Look at that. That must have been part of the problem here. Now I wanted to drop a rage in here, but unfortunately I had used them all on my healers. So those wizards must have done more damage than I had given them credit for. Had I lured properly, had I brought more hogs in like I had thought about doing, maybe this would have turned out differently. But they go in, they wreck stuff. They're just awful slow about it, aren't they? Because that's what they do. There's one goblin running around. I brought a goblin. I wonder why I brought a goblin for some good reason, but I didn't intend to sit him in the middle of the base. So eventually the P.E.K.K.A.s just start taking all the heat. Another bunch of skeletons pop out, and that makes me sad. Because that wastes all the P.E.K.K.A.'s time, and they just get fried. So there you go. Valks might have fared a little bit better. If I had a rage, they might have fared a little bit better. Or if I had brought some hogs or Valks or something with them. Pardon me. P.E.K.K.A.s by themselves just weren't enough to get it done. So, in recap, the Queen did everything she was supposed to do. These darn Teslas proved to be problematic in this attack strategy. So keep that in mind for next time. And the darn bowlers killed their own directional funnel walking thing. So we'll have to take that in consideration for future attacks. You want a lot of trash on the outside of your building to keep your things walking. But bowlers apparently are able to kill their own pathing. Alright. Well, that's the second video. We'll start working on number 3, which is somebody managed to 3-star my base without an archer queen. And I am pretty peeved about that, and I've changed my clan castle request for troops, and I'd like to edit my war base, and I'm working on that, but gee whiz, that just takes a while, so I may not get it done for this war. But let's go take a look at that, shall we?